So I'm wrapping up my third solo birthday trip. This year I spent it in Belize, and in this video I'm breaking down all of the reasons why I've been taking solo birthday trips, what I love about them, and why I think every woman should experience a solo birthday trip at least once. Hey there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Dominique. I'm a native New Yorker who absolutely loves to travel, and I bring you along with me as I explore New York City as well as all of my travels abroad. So let's get into the video. So before I started doing solo birthday trips, birthdays for me would typically be dinner with family or dinner with friends, brunch with friends, brunch with friends and family, and for a while that worked, right, in my 20s. But as you approach, at least for me, as I approached my late 20s, your list of friends starts to dwindle, you and friends grow apart, and that's something that you tend to grapple with. I'm also someone that doesn't necessarily like to plan my own events, so I'm very much a type B person naturally. I will become type A if I have to, but I'm pretty type B. I'm pretty chill. And I'm also an acts of service person, so for me, like, I want to do everything as my act of service, or I want to sit back and let someone else do their thing and just be able to enjoy someone else providing their service. And I think for my birthdays, I would want someone to plan it for me most of the time. And don't get me wrong, like, I've had friends plan things for my birthday, which has been great. But I think overall, like, sometimes I don't even want to ask people to take on that responsibility. So for me, like, that didn't always work as well. Now, the one thing I always want to do is travel. So then I started taking group trips for my birthday. And so I think that your birthday is the most important day of the year. It's your own personal holiday. And so when I was planning group trips for my birthday, whenever you're planning a trip for a group of people, it's not just for you, it's for everyone, right? So I planned a group trip back in 2022 for my birthday, and it was also something for my friends because we actually ended up doing Yacht Week. So we went to Tahiti for Yacht Week, and we had like the second largest catamaran. We had an amazing time. But at the end of the day, like, that was a lot for me to plan for 12 women to go out of the country to get all of us to Tahiti. And then also a couple of us spent time in Tahiti in the island of Moorea before Yacht Week even started. And then we added on days after Yacht Week before we made our way back to the States. So that was a lot to coordinate, right? And then when you are planning a trip, a group trip, people have opinions, and sometimes those opinions are constructive, sometimes those opinions are not. And that's a lot to manage. And then layering on top that, like, this is supposed to be about me. This is supposed to be my day. And, like, it's a moment to be selfish, rightfully, in my opinion. So while I had an awesome time doing Yacht Week, and I love girls trips, I love group trips, I think after that I kind of was like, I don't know if I want to do group trips for my birthday anymore. So in 2023 is when I did my first solo birthday trip. I went to Copenhagen. I wanted to travel for my birthday, but I didn't want to make a huge spectacle. I didn't necessarily want to take on the work of planning a group trip, and it was also kind of last minute. I was kind of on the fence, like, what am I going to do for my birthday? And again, all I ever want to do is travel. So I spend a lot of time looking at Google Flights and just finding cheap flights wherever. And so I ended up finding a cheap flight to Copenhagen, and I just booked it. Now, I will say, the one downside about solo traveling is that sometimes, like, when you don't have someone to just, like, bounce things off of, you don't have someone to, like, sense check the decisions that you're making, right? So for Copenhagen, the flight was cheap, but Copenhagen is very expensive, right? So, like, small little things like that, like, you just learn over time as you are a solo traveler. And I also didn't pack very well for that trip, but at the end of the day, I had a great time. Like, I did exactly what I wanted to do on that trip. I am someone that will always make a great itinerary. I actually enjoy doing the research when it comes to researching places, what to do, what the attractions are, where do most people go, where do people not necessarily go, but more people should know about a place. Like, I love digging into all that research, whether it's in guidebooks, through scouring Google for blog posts, to finally social media. So because I essentially made the decision last minute to travel for my birthday, I just ended up being a solo birthday trip, my first ever solo birthday trip. And I honestly had a great time. I went outside of the city to an area with like these beautiful chalk clay cliffs. And then I spent the rest of my time in Copenhagen, walking around, seeing the sights, visiting museums. I also did another day trip outside of the city to an art museum, and it was great. And to be honest, like, I really enjoy just like being by myself with my own thoughts and just enjoying my own company. I feel like it's really important for everyone to be comfortable with yourself, be happy and content with yourself. When you travel alone, you're making every decision. You're deciding where to eat, what to do, how long to stay out, how far to go, where to stay. And to me, that's very freeing. Like, you're in charge. You made the decisions. You are in control. No one else's opinions or emotions are impacting you. And it's just all about you. It sounds selfish, but I feel like your birthday is your moment to be selfish. And you're not relying on someone else to make you feel happy, to make you feel special on your birthday. Like, you are able to find the joy yourself. You're able to just be happy and content by yourself and enjoy your experiences and just bask in the decisions that you made for your birthday, how you set it up, and just enjoy the fact that, hey, you know, I did a good job with this. So one note about solo traveling generally, like, I feel like a lot of people will say like, oh, are you lonely? And I'm not lonely at all when I solo travel. I really enjoy it. I like my solitude. I really like just being with my own thoughts, and I also just love planning and building an itinerary and then just seeing it come to life, whether it's just for me or an entire group. So when I solo travel, I'm really just taking it in and enjoying being away and taking in new experiences. So I'm never lonely when I solo travel. I feel like as women, like, we give a lot all the time. I'm not a mother, but like mothers as well give and give and give. And your birthday is supposed to be all about you. And I feel like if you are blessed to have friends and family that make your special day special every single year, that is amazing. I also think that spending time with yourself, going somewhere you've always wanted to go, and just experiencing it, journaling throughout, tapping in with yourself, there's nothing like it. Like, it just, you walk away feeling so grounded. And to me, like, coming out of this trip, I just feel very much at peace. Like, there are a lot of things that are not going well in my life. I'm unemployed right now. I don't know when I'm going to get a job. And I am okay. Like, I feel so much at peace. And I think also the fact that I know that I like being in nature. And so when I travel, it's evident in the places that I decide to travel to. So I've just really enjoyed being in Belize. I've enjoyed being on the water and being in the jungle. And that all just like speaks to me. And if this had been a group trip, there might have been aspects of this trip that my friends or family might not have wanted to do that would have impacted me, that would have maybe changed the course of how my trip turned out. And that's fine, but it's not ideal. Especially, again, since your birthday should be about you. It's your time to be selfish. It's your time to do exactly what you want to do and have the best time. Sometimes having the best time is surrounding yourself with people that you love 100%. I also think that you can have an amazing time being with yourself, doing the things that you want to do. If you've never taken a solo trip or never considered a solo birthday trip, I just want to encourage you to maybe think about doing it this year or next year. You never know, you might really enjoy it. It doesn't have to be an international trip. It can be a trip to this next state over if you're in the States, or a trip just outside of your city, a trip on Amtrak. It could be anything. I truly think that solo birthday trips are an amazing way to celebrate yourself on your special day, and I think everyone should try it at least once. So again, I am wrapping up my solo birthday trip here in Belize. I will be posting that on my channel next. So if you're not subscribed and you're interested in solo travel as well as things to do around New York City, I'd love if you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.